Hi, in this video we're discussing the Women's African Cup of Nations, which will be taking place July this year in Morocco. Starting on the 5th of July, host Morocco will take on Zambia in the capital city of Rabat in a game of two teams that have played each other multiple times in the last few years. During the entire month of July, the 12 best teams of Africa, well, actually some did miss the tournament, but we'll get into that. In this video, we're actually focusing on the groups. In this video, we're focusing on the groups, team chances, and potentially best players to look forward to in this tournament. Stick with me. So in Group A, with host nation Morocco, Zambia, Senegal, and DRC Congo, it's a pretty straightforward group when it comes to quality, with Senegal and the DRC being potential third and fourth place. Zambia and Morocco are African powerhouses, both having qualified for the Olympics and also the World Cup. Currently for this tournament, my prediction would be that Morocco would lead the group and Zambia will come in second. Morocco has been able to build a great team in the past 5 years by investing locally with their new complex, which hosts all their national teams. They've set up an amazing state-of-the-art facility, but also a staff that allows them to scout Moroccan players or players with Moroccan descent all over the world, bringing in the best talent from across the globe to represent their home nation. Having lost the final last time, I think they are in a good place with a very well experienced coach, Jorge Vilda, who was the former Spanish coach, who for many reasons had to step aside from that job. But currently with this Moroccan team, they've been able to combine individual talent, but also with a very tight-knit defensive group. Zambia, on the other hand, is very much top-heavy, with issues in midfield and potentially an aging backline. But with the firepower that Zambia has up front, they're a threat to any team, having the likes of Pavarabanda, HL Kondanaji, players who, just breathe fear in any team they would face. I think those two teams are just two of the best teams on the African continent currently. So I don't see Senegal or Congo taking them on. In Group B, we have 9-time champions, the African Giants, the Super Falcons, Nigeria taking on North African nations, Algeria, Tunisia, and then Botswana representing the East. I think in this group it all comes down to, can Nigeria deliver in the games they need to, because it will be a toss-up between Algeria and Botswana. Botswana being already very familiar with this tournament, as they were quarterfinalists in the last edition. Algeria, even though I would predict will be one of the teams to look out for, they've brought in a new coach who has international quality, having coached in the top leagues in the world, including the French and the WNSL. Algeria has assembled basically what I call the superpowers of the diaspora. They've went into France and other European nations and recruited heavily, making sure that this is your strongest squad they've ever brought into the WAFCON, having been to the tournament 5 times previously and never gotten out of the group. Tunisia, unfortunately, will be the team with the least amount of quality, but having been focused on team dynamic, I think they will do well, but I don't see them progressing out of the group. Botswana, I'm not sure how they're gonna do this tournament. So I think Nigeria would be number 1 in this group, and then it will be a toss-up between Algeria and Botswana, depending on their results against each other, and then the game against Nigeria, which will be the main focus, not to lose points there. And finally, in Group C, reigning champions South Africa will take on Ghana, Mali, and Tanzania in a group that I think is pretty straightforward, given that South Africa is an amazingly compact team and that's had the ability to win tournaments consistently. Ghana, who are back in the WAFCON, having missed the previous one, are hungry to prove themselves, but I think the new coach is still finding his footing. And then we have Tanzania and Mali, two teams that I'm not sure how they enter this tournament. Overall, they don't have a full team. I feel like they're individual players who have a lot of quality. But my ranking would be South Africa first, Tanzania or Ghana second, and Mali potentially leaving this group as last. But as you know, African football knows many upsets. So I hope to be wrong. And yeah, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and see you next time. Brother, baby. Okay. Mohammed, close this out. That was the LeBron.